Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we delve into the depths of Stoicism and its application in our modern world. Today we're exploring a topic that resonates deeply with many. 9 reasons why people dislike you. Seneca once remarked, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This insightful quote sets the stage for our journey today, as we navigate the complex terrain of human relationships and perceptions. Have you ever been puzzled by the cold shoulder you receive from others, feeling bewildered and wronged, without a clear understanding of why? It's a common human experience, leaving us questioning our actions and their impact on those around us. It's a curious aspect of human nature. Gaining affection can be a challenge, yet earning disdain seems almost effortless. Sometimes, it's the smallest actions or habits that can turn the tide of someone's opinion against you, often without your realization. In this video, we're going to uncover 12 reasons that might be causing this unexpected aversion towards you. Whether it's in your social circle, workplace, or even among acquaintances, these insights will offer you a new perspective. If you're eager to deepen your understanding of social dynamics and transform challenging interactions into opportunities for personal growth, then you're in the right place. Join us on this insightful exploration and let's unravel the mysteries of human relationships. Let the journey begin. Number 1. Posting too many photos on Facebook. Within a single day, your Facebook feed is flooded with myriad snapshots, from the joyous moments of a honeymoon to the proud milestones at a relative's graduation, and even the adorable sight of your pet dog in a Halloween costume. While these moments bring you joy and you naturally assume they do the same for others, there's a surprising twist revealed by scientific studies. Dr. David Houghton, leading a research team, uncovers a fascinating insight. He explains, "For many, except perhaps your closest kin and friends, there's a reluctance to constantly engage with someone who frequently shares personal photos on social media. This phenomenon isn't just a casual observation, but a reflection of a deeper social dynamic. The photos you perceive as share-worthy might not resonate the same way with everyone in your circle. For instance, your friends might not be as interested in endless family photos, just as your relatives might not be keen on seeing you constantly out with friends." This brings us to a crucial point highlighted by Dr. Ben Martyr, another expert from the team. He cautions, "Sharing on Facebook needs a thoughtful approach, considering the feelings of those who view these photos. While it's a powerful tool to connect and strengthen bonds, it can also inadvertently strain or even sever them." The Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius often emphasize the importance of self-awareness and consideration for others. Aurelius once said, "Whenever you are about to start criticizing someone, remember that not all people have had the advantages that you've had." In the context of our topic, this means being mindful of how our actions, even something as simple as sharing a photo, can affect others. It's about finding a balance between expressing our joy and being considerate of our diverse social circles. In essence, the Stoic approach would advocate for a more measured and empathetic use of social media. It's about sharing moments that truly matter and doing so in a way that's inclusive and considerate of the varied perspectives within our network. This doesn't mean you should stop sharing your life's joys and milestones. Rather, it's about striking a harmonious balance that respects both your happiness and the sensibilities of those around you. So, as you navigate the digital world, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Be mindful of your actions and their impact on others, and strive to use social media as a tool that brings people together in a positive and thoughtful way. Number 2. Seldom smiling. In the intricate dance of social interactions, especially among men aged 30 to 65, the power of a smile cannot be overstated. Imagine yourself at a social gathering, surrounded by a sea of faces. It's a challenge, no doubt, to maintain a constant smile amidst the ebb and flow of conversations. Yet it's crucial not to fall into the trap of appearing unapproachable or aloof. Consider this. A study involving around 100 female students who were shown photos of a woman in various poses, smiling with an open posture, smiling with a closed posture, not smiling, but with an open posture, and neither smiling nor open-in posture. The findings were telling. The woman, when smiling, was consistently perceived more favorably regardless of her posture. This illustrates a fundamental truth about human interaction. A smile is a universal language of warmth and acceptance. Furthermore, another study underscores the lasting impact of a smile. It revealed that smiling during a first encounter significantly enhances memorability. This is particularly relevant for men in the 30 to 65 age bracket, who often navigate professional and personal spheres where first impressions are pivotal. A smile, then, is not just a courtesy, it's a tool for forging lasting connections. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, a happy life is one which is in accordance with its own nature. This resonates deeply with the act of smiling. It's not about donning a facade, but aligning with our nature that seeks connection and camaraderie. Smiling bridges gaps, eases tensions, and builds trust. In today's fast-paced world, where digital communication often supersedes face-to-face interactions, the value of a genuine smile becomes even more pronounced. It's a reminder of our shared humanity, an unspoken acknowledgement of mutual respect and understanding. For men in their prime years, mastering the art of the smile is not just about being liked, it's about creating a presence that's both welcoming and memorable. So, the next time you find yourself in a room full of strangers or at a business meeting, remember the power of a simple smile. It's a small gesture that can open doors to new relationships, opportunities, and experiences. It's a reflection of your inner serenity and resilience, qualities central to the Stoic way of life. Let your smile be a beacon, guiding you through the complexities of social interactions with ease and grace. Number 3, excessive stress. In the realm of human interaction, the subtle cues we emit can have a profound impact on how others perceive us. This is particularly true when it comes to stress, an all too common aspect of modern life. The ancient Stoics like Seneca often emphasize the importance of maintaining a calm demeanor, suggesting that our external expressions can influence not only how others view us but also our own internal state. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, Seneca wisely noted, reminding us that our reactions to stress can sometimes amplify its effects. A fascinating study conducted in 2013 by scientists at the Monell Chemical Senses Center delves into this concept. Participants were asked to watch videos of women engaging in everyday activities such as working in an office or caring for children. During the viewing, they were exposed to 3 distinct types of sweat. One produced from physical exercise, another from stress, and a third from stress, but masked with deodorant. After watching the videos, the viewers were tasked with rating the woman on various attributes, including competence, confidence, and trustworthiness. Intriguingly, the results revealed a clear pattern. The women were consistently rated lower on these criteria when the viewers were exposed to the scent of stress-induced sweat. However, when this stress sweat was concealed by deodorant, the women's ratings improved significantly. This study underscores a critical lesson about human psychology and perception. It suggests that our physical state, particularly when under stress, can inadvertently influence how others perceive our personality traits. It's a reminder that while we cannot always control the stressors in our lives, we can manage our responses to them. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The practical takeaway from this research is straightforward yet impactful. If you're prone to sweating under stress, it's wise to use deodorant. But on a deeper level, this insight invites us to reflect on the Stoic practice of self-control and the management of our external expressions. It's about understanding that our non-verbal cues, such as the scent of stress, can communicate volumes about our state of mind and, in turn, shape the perceptions of those around us. In essence, this segment of our podcast not only offers a practical tip for navigating social situations, but also serves as a gateway to a more profound understanding of Stoic philosophy. It's about the interplay between our internal states and external expressions, and how mastering this dynamic can lead to more harmonious and effective interactions in our daily lives. Remember, as Epictetus, another Stoic sage, advised, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In managing our stress and its outward manifestations, we exercise this choice, embodying the wisdom of the Stoics in our modern hustle. Number 4. Excessive generosity. In the journey of life, especially through the lens of Stoicism, we often grapple with the balance between altruism and self-preservation. This delicate equilibrium is vividly illustrated in the realm of generosity, particularly when it extends into the territory of excess. The Stoics, like Seneca, often emphasize the virtue of moderation, a principle that finds relevance in the context of excessive generosity. Consider this scenario. You believe that by being altruistic and compassionate, you're paving a path towards winning the affection and admiration of others. However, this notion is challenged by scientific findings. A 2010 study conducted by researchers at the University of Washington provides a compelling insight into this dynamic. In this study, students were given points, which they could either keep for themselves or exchange for meal vouchers. The setup involved groups of 5, where 4 participants were under the influence of the researchers, unbeknownst to the real participant. The twist in the experiment was the suggestion that sacrificing their points could potentially increase the group's chances of receiving a monetary bonus. Intriguingly, some of the controlled participants exhibited extreme generosity, giving up a significant number of points and receiving minimal vouchers in return. The revelation of the experiment's true nature led to an unexpected outcome. Most participants expressed a reluctance to work with these excessively unselfish individuals in the future. The reasons varied. Some perceived this lack of selfishness as detrimental to the individual's image, while others speculated hidden motives behind such actions. This experiment underscores a vital lesson, one that resonates deeply with Stoic teachings. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding the nature of things, including human behavior. Excessive generosity, as demonstrated in the study, can lead to unintended consequences. It's not always desirable to be the person who's always ready to share everything or solve every problem, like sharing your pizza with everyone or fixing the Jamid printer at the office. There's a Stoic wisdom in recognizing the value of occasionally saying no. This isn't about being selfish, but about maintaining a balance that aligns with the natural order of things, as the Stoics would advocate. In our modern lives, this translates to understanding the boundaries of generosity. It's about offering help and kindness, but not to the extent where it becomes a detriment to oneself or leads to misinterpretation by others. As Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Be like the promontory against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." This metaphor beautifully encapsulates the Stoic approach to generosity. Be steadfast and kind, but not so yielding that your own stability is compromised. In conclusion, excessive generosity, while seemingly a path to likability, can paradoxically lead to the opposite. It's essential to strike a balance, a core tenet of Stoicism, where your actions are guided by wisdom and moderation. In doing so, you not only preserve your dignity and respect, but also foster genuine and lasting connections with others. This Stoic approach to generosity is not just a philosophical ideal, but a practical guide for navigating the complexities of human relationships in our contemporary world. Number 5. Pretending to be modest. It's a common tendency to downplay our strengths in an attempt to appear humble, often leading to what's known as false modesty. This behavior, while seemingly harmless, can actually be quite off-putting to others. Consider a study where university students were asked to discuss their biggest weaknesses, a typical interview question. The majority of these students chose to mask their true weaknesses, often claiming to be perfectionists or overly dedicated to their work. This kind of response, though it might seem modest, doesn't really fool anyone. It's a thinly veiled attempt to highlight a positive trait while avoiding genuine self-criticism. Interestingly, research assistants evaluating these responses found themselves drawn to candidates who were more forthright about their flaws. Responses like, "I struggle with organization," or "I can be overly reactive in certain situations," were seen as more genuine and therefore more appealing. This honesty reflects a level of self-awareness and authenticity that false modesty lacks. It's also worth noting that some candidates mentioned weaknesses that were irrelevant to the job at hand. For instance, someone applying for a writing position might mention their fear of public speaking. While this might seem like a safe answer, it doesn't really provide any insight into their suitability for the role. This brings us to a profound Stoic principle, beautifully encapsulated by Epictetus. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Stoicism teaches us the value of authenticity in living our truths. Pretending to be something we're not, even in the guise of modesty, is contrary to the Stoic way of life. Stoicism encourages us to embrace our flaws and work on them, rather than hiding behind a mask of false humility. In our daily interactions, whether in a professional setting or personal life, it's important to strike a balance. We should neither boast about our strengths nor feign modesty by highlighting pseudo-flaws. Instead, we should aim for genuine self-reflection and honesty. This approach not only makes us more likable, but also aligns with the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue and truth. Remember, people are often more perceptive than we give them credit for. They can usually see through attempts at false modesty and are more likely to respect and appreciate honesty and vulnerability. By being true to ourselves and others, we not only foster better relationships but also stay true to the Stoic path of self-improvement and integrity. So let's strive to be genuine in our self-assessment, embracing our imperfections as opportunities for growth and learning. This way, we not only become better individuals, but also contribute positively to the lives of those around us. Number 6, revealing too much about yourself too soon. In the intricate dance of human interaction, especially among men aged 30 to 65 who are still learning the steps, the art of conversation holds a place of paramount importance. It's a delicate balance, akin to the ancient Stoic philosophy where moderation and wisdom guide our actions. As Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This profound insight resonates deeply when we consider why people might dislike us, particularly when we reveal too much about ourselves prematurely. Self-disclosure, the act of revealing personal details to others, is a double-edged sword in the realm of socialization. On one hand, it's a cornerstone of building trust and camaraderie, a bridge that connects the islands of individual experiences. As mature adults, sharing aspects of our lives is a pathway to deeper connections. We often find comfort in the shared human experience, finding common ground in our joys, struggles, and aspirations. However, the other edge of the sword is sharp and potentially damaging. Psychologists caution against the pitfalls of excessive self-disclosure, especially in the nascent stages of a relationship. Imagine divulging something as personal as your sister's affair during a first meeting. Such premature openness can be perceived as a sign of insecurity, a breach of conversational etiquette. It's akin to overloading a boat with too much cargo. It risks sinking under the weight of TMI, too much information. The key lays in striking a balance, a concept deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. It's about being approachable without crossing the boundaries of appropriateness. Susan Sprecher's research at the University of Illinois sheds light on this. She found that sharing lighter topics such as hobbies or fond childhood memories can significantly enhance your attractiveness in social settings. These topics are like the gentle waves that smoothly carry the boat of conversation forward, without the risk of capsizing it with the heavy storms of overly personal revelations. In today's fast-paced, often superficial world, the wisdom of Stoicism becomes ever more relevant. It teaches us to be mindful of our words and actions, to tread the middle path. When conversing, especially with new acquaintances, it's advisable to let the river of dialogue flow naturally, revealing deeper layers of our persona gradually, in sync with the other's openness. This approach not only fosters a sense of comfort and trust, but also mirrors the Stoic ideal of harmonious living. In conclusion, while self-disclosure is a vital tool in the art of socialization, its power lies in its judicious use. By sharing just enough to connect but not so much as to overwhelm, we navigate the social seas with the skill and wisdom of a Stoic sailor, charting a course towards meaningful and lasting relationships. Remember, in the words of another great Stoic, Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Let your conversations be a reflection of this timeless wisdom, a blend of openness and restraint, guiding you towards genuine connections in the modern world. Number 7. Hiding emotions. It's a common tendency to mask our true feelings, but this behavior might be pushing people away from you. Let's explore why expressing emotions naturally is crucial for forming genuine connections. Researchers have shed light on this phenomenon through an intriguing study. They recorded people's reactions while watching emotional scenes from movies like When Harry Met Sally and The Champ. In some instances, the participants were asked to behave naturally, while in others they were instructed to suppress their emotions. The audience, composed of college students, watched these varied reactions. The researchers then gauged the students' level of empathy and their willingness to help the people in the videos, as well as their ability to understand the characters' traits. The findings were revealing. People who suppress their emotions tend to be perceived as less empathetic compared to those who express their feelings openly. This difference in perception can significantly impact how others relate to us. As humans, we are naturally drawn to those who reciprocate our enthusiasm and emotions. When someone senses that another person is concealing their true feelings, they might interpret it as a lack of interest in the connection they are trying to establish, be it through friendly gestures, encouragement, or solidarity. This brings to mind a poignant quote from the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This quote resonates deeply with our topic. Often, we hide our emotions out of fear of vulnerability, judgment, or misunderstanding. However, in doing so, we create barriers that prevent authentic relationships. In the realm of Stoicism, the emphasis is on understanding and managing our emotions, not suppressing them. Stoics believe in acknowledging emotions, understanding their roots, and then responding with reason and clarity. This approach fosters genuine interactions and deepens connections with others. By embracing our emotions and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to understand us better and, in turn, form stronger, more empathetic bonds. So, dear listener, as you navigate through your interactions, remember the power of authentic emotional expression. It's not just about showing your feelings. It's about creating a space where genuine connections can flourish. By being true to your emotions, you invite others to do the same, paving the way for deeper, more meaningful relationships. Remember, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. By choosing authenticity over pretense, you set a standard of sincerity and trust in your relationships, fostering a community where empathy and understanding thrive. Number 8. Behaving as if you don't like someone. The concept of reciprocal liking is a psychological phenomenon that plays a pivotal role in how we form connections. This principle suggests that when we believe someone harbors positive feelings towards us, we are naturally inclined to reciprocate these sentiments. This idea is beautifully encapsulated in the saying, "Affection begets affection." To illustrate this, consider a study where participants were informed that certain members of a discussion group had taken a liking to them. Interestingly, these members were chosen at random. Yet, after the discussion, participants overwhelmingly reported a preference for those they believed had shown interest in them first. This experiment underscores the power of perceived mutual affection in shaping our social preferences. However, the Stoic path also warns us of the pitfalls of neglecting this principle. If we behave indifferently or as if we do not like someone, we risk creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where our lack of displayed affection leads others to respond in kind. This indifference can create a barrier, pushing people away and leading them to seek companionship and acknowledgement elsewhere. It's a reminder of the Stoic teaching that our actions and attitudes have a profound impact on our relationships and social standing. Let's consider the story of Marcus, a young professional known for his Stoic demeanor. Marcus, though highly competent, often appeared aloof and uninterested in his colleagues. Despite his skills, he found himself isolated, as his co-workers gravitated towards more engaging personalities. This scenario exemplifies the importance of showing genuine interest and warmth in our interactions. It's not just about being liked. It's about fostering meaningful connections that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. As Stoics, we must be mindful of how our behavior and attitudes are perceived. Showing genuine interest and affection towards others not only endears us to them, but also enriches our own lives with deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's a call to action for us to be more open, engaging, and warm in our interactions, embodying the Stoic virtues of empathy and social harmony. This approach not only makes us more likable, but also aligns with the Stoic principle of living a life of virtue and fulfillment. Number 9. Mutual misunderstanding. This concept, deeply rooted in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, sheds light on why negative feelings towards others can arise, often without an apparent reason. At the core of this issue is a lack of effective communication and an inability to see the world through another's eyes. Our daily interactions are rife with snap judgments, shaped by our unique experiences, beliefs, and biases. These personal lenses color our perception, and when they clash with those of others, misunderstandings are born. Stoicism, with its timeless teachings, urges us to first seek understanding before expecting to be understood. This isn't just about listening to reply, but listening to truly grasp the other person's perspective. Imagine for a moment stepping into someone else's shoes. Often you'll find their actions and thoughts are logical from their standpoint. This doesn't always mean you'll agree, but it paves the way for mutual respect and reduces the likelihood of dislike. Stoicism also enlightens us about the transient nature of our judgments and emotions. Our feelings and thoughts today might shift tomorrow. Embracing this fluidity fosters open-mindedness and flexibility in how we interpret others' actions and intentions. Moreover, Stoicism prompts us to introspect and recognize our part in these misunderstandings. It's easy to overlook our contribution to the problem. By increasing self-awareness and admitting our role, we begin to dismantle the barriers of misunderstanding. To surmount mutual misunderstanding, a blend of empathetic listening, open-mindedness, and self-awareness is essential. These Stoic virtues not only enhance our interactions, but also contribute to our personal growth and emotional resilience. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom is pivotal in navigating the intricate maze of human relationships and transforming potential conflicts into chances for personal development and deeper bonds. In conclusion, understanding the roots and remedies of mutual misunderstanding is vital. It's about seeing the world through others' eyes, recognizing the impermanence of our perceptions, and acknowledging our role in conflicts. By embracing these Stoic principles, we open doors to more harmonious relationships and a journey of self-discovery and emotional fortitude. Number 10. Jealousy. In the intricate dance of human emotions, envy and jealousy often take the lead, subtly different yet equally potent. Envy, the longing for what someone else has, and jealousy, the fear of losing something precious to another, are emotions that can silently sow the seeds of dislike among those around us. Stoicism, with its profound wisdom, offers a lens through which we can understand and address these feelings. From the Stoic perspective, envy and jealousy sprout from valuing external achievements and possessions too highly. Stoicism, a philosophy that has weathered the storms of time, teaches us that true peace and fulfillment are found not in external accolades but in nurturing our internal virtues and actions. When others witness your successes or possessions, it may inadvertently ignite feelings of inadequacy in them. leading to envy or jealousy. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, envy is the ulcer of the soul. It reminds us that these emotions are destructive not only to others but to ourselves as well. In navigating the murky waters of others' envy or jealousy, Stoicism counsels empathy and understanding. Recognize that these emotions often stem from the other person's battles with self-esteem or dissatisfaction with their own life. It's less about you and more about what you symbolize in their world. Stoics would suggest not taking these emotions to heart but rather approaching them with a sense of compassion and understanding. Furthermore, Stoicism advocates for humility and modesty. Flaunting achievements or wealth can inadvertently stoke the flames of envy. By being mindful of how we showcase our successes, we can lessen the likelihood of provoking such feelings. Number 11. Differences in values. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, a common thread of discord is the divergence in values. Stoicism, a beacon of virtue and personal ethics, sheds light on how this variance can sow seeds of misunderstanding and breed dislike. Values, the bedrock of our decisions and actions, are sculpted by diverse influences like culture, family, experiences, and education. Consider a scenario where your values orbit around independence and self-reliance, while another person's compass points towards community support and collective effort. This disparity in values can create a chasm in perception and interaction. Stoicism teaches us to navigate this diversity with understanding and respect. It reminds us that our values guide us just as others are steered by theirs. This awareness can cultivate tolerance and diminish animosity born from differing values. Stoicism also imparts a crucial lesson. Our power lies in controlling our reactions, not in altering others' beliefs. It advocates for internal virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. By living these virtues, we become beacons, influencing others subtly, without direct confrontations over clashing values. Stoicism also values open dialogue and idea exchange. Engaging in respectful discussions about values can bridge gaps in understanding and foster empathy. It allows us to comprehend the rationale behind others' beliefs and articulate our own. While this doesn't guarantee consensus, it lays the groundwork for mutual respect and coexistence amidst our differences. To illustrate, let's consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. He often found himself amidst people with contrasting values, yet he navigated these differences with grace and understanding. His approach wasn't to impose his values, but to understand and respect the diversity of beliefs around him. This attitude didn't weaken his convictions, but rather strengthened his ability to lead and inspire. In our modern world, where values often clash, this Stoic approach is invaluable. It teaches us to embrace differences not as threats, but as opportunities for growth and understanding. By embodying Stoic virtues and engaging in open dialogue, we can transform potential conflicts into moments of learning and connection. In conclusion, the Stoic journey towards handling differences in values is not about changing others, but about enriching ourselves. It's about cultivating internal virtues, understanding and respecting diversity, and engaging in meaningful dialogue. This path leads not only to personal growth but also to a more harmonious coexistence with others. As we navigate through life's diverse value systems, let's remember that the strength of our character is defined not by how we confront differing values, but by how we embrace and learn from them. Number 12. Past conflicts. When lingering shadows of old disagreements casting a pall over your current interactions, leaving behind a trail of resentment, anger, or distrust. These emotions, like unwanted guests, can overstay their welcome, perpetuating dislike or tension. But here's where Stoicism, a beacon in the storm, offers a path to calmer shores. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical toolkit for life. It teaches us to anchor ourselves in the present, to steer clear of the turbulent waters of past conflicts. Why? Because clinging to these old storms keeps us tethered to what we cannot change. Remember the words of Epictetus, a Stoic sage, who said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This is about embracing forgiveness, mastering our emotions, and focusing on what's within our grasp, the here and now. But Stoicism doesn't stop at just letting go. It invites us to turn these past conflicts into stepping stones for personal growth. It's like looking at a broken mirror, and instead of lamenting the cracks, seeing a new pattern. What can these reflections teach us? Perhaps it's recognizing our role in the conflict, understanding the other's viewpoint, or spotting patterns in our behavior ripe for change. Empathy and understanding are the cornerstones of resolving past conflicts, as per Stoic teachings. Everyone, including you and me, is prone to error. When we view past conflicts through the lens of empathy, we're not just seeing the situation, we're understanding it, feeling it. This empathy paves the way for healing and reconciliation, like a bridge over troubled water. Stoicism also champions open and honest communication. If the ghosts of past conflicts are haunting your present, it's time to confront them. But here's the key. Do it with compassion and understanding. It's not about winning an argument, it's about finding peace, resolution, and closure. In essence, navigating past conflicts with Stoicism is about shedding the weight of negative emotions, seeking personal growth, fostering empathy, and engaging in meaningful dialogue. It's about transforming the scars of past battles into lessons for a more harmonious future. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." By adopting these Stoic principles, we not only move beyond past disagreements but also cultivate healthier, more positive relationships. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, every thread of experience, especially the frayed ones, contributes to the strength and beauty of the whole. As we conclude our exploration of 12 reasons why people dislike you, it's essential to reflect on the Stoic teachings we've delved into. Each point we've discussed is not just a lesson in social dynamics, but also a step towards personal growth and understanding. Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, guides us to navigate the complexities of human relationships with grace, empathy, and self-awareness. Remember, the journey towards self-improvement and better social interactions is ongoing. It's about continuously learning, adapting, and applying the principles of Stoicism in our daily lives. By doing so, we not only enhance our relationships, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace within ourselves. If you found value in today's discussion and wish to continue this enriching journey with us, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel, Stoic in Your Life. Your support helps us grow and reach more people who, like you, are on the path to mastering the art of living well. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to explore the profound teachings of Stoicism and their application in our modern world. Thank you for joining us today. Embrace the Stoic path, and let it guide you towards a life of virtue, resilience, and serenity. Until next time, stay stoic and remember, the key to harmony in life is not to avoid the challenges but to face them with a calm mind and a resilient spirit.